is for divorce that your parents filed for. Yeah, D is for divorce. They don't love each other anymore. E is for every time that you're with them, all they do is fight and fight all day. F's the frustration that you are feeling, 'cause the pain inside won't go away. G is for the good times that are over. Things are different now, you have 2 homes. And D is for divorce. They might say it's not your fault. Yeah, D is for divorce, but you'll never really know for sure. The weekend comes and Dad is home, but it's just for visitation. He takes you back to his new bachelor pad and cries his eyes out on the couch. 'Cause Mom has got a new boyfriend, and you can call him Dad if you want. And we sing la 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 la. D is for divorce, and we sing la 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 la. D is for divorce. Sometimes strangers talk to you. You might not know what to do. Remember the words I'm telling you. Some strangers, they might want you for your organs. They might seem friendly and nice. They might be very polite. So please, please take this free advice. It's so important, please protect your organs. It's not your fault. Some strangers are bad. They'll tell you what you want to hear, and you'll wake up without kidneys anymore. It's like they walked right out the door. Those kidneys are never coming back. I know you must be pretty scared going out into the world, but you should be fully prepared to fight for your right to keep those organs. So when a stranger talks to you, what is the safest thing to do? Assume that he wants to hurt you. He'll turn you inside out on the black market. It's no secret. Some people are bad. Your goldfish is not in heaven. Religion says they've got no souls. No, they got no souls. So where do dead fish go now? Well, I don't mean to sound suspicious, but I don't care if that fish was religious. No, your goldfish is not in heaven. And you can go and ask the Reverend, and he'll say when you flush those sins with fins right down the toilet, they do not go to a better place. No one does. One day your parents will get old, and you might put them in a home. What will that decision be like? Sending them away, and after all they've done for you. One day your parents will be dead, and you will have to bury them. What do you think that will be like, living without them, while their bodies rot beneath the ground? One day you might outlive your friends, 'cause one day everything will end. You are mother's little mistake. You weren't meant to be in this world. Things were really grand without you. And then there came some
Make sure Twitch can hear us. Let me turn
off.
All right. Yeah, I think Twitch can hear us now. And I think there it is. Oh my God, you guys, it's a show. Happy Sunday. Welcome to KO Comedy and Comedy Hub. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I am your tech tonight. Manny dies a lot. And before we get going, I'm going to go over a few things that everyone can do at home to help the excuse me. Yes, we're going to be okay. To help this show go nice and smoothly, thank you, Abigail. I appreciate, yes, confirmation. Twitch can hear us.
Yay!
That is fantastic. The very first thing, if you are here in the Zoom room, now is a really good time. It's the best of times to go ahead and turn on your mics and cameras. It definitely helps the show if we can see your reactions, if we can hear your laughter. That's the thing that makes comedians tick, y'all. That's what I've learned. It makes them go even harder if they hear you enjoying their sets. That being said, we know it's the internet, and that is just fine. A lot of people like to stay anonymous. We get it. That being said, we might get it, but we would still appreciate if you would interact. At the bottom of your screen, there is a reactions button. Go ahead. tap that button. Tap it so hard. Tap it whenever you like something. Tap it whenever you don't like something. And give us the proper emojis to go with your emotions. It still gives us live feedback, and we love it. And thank you, everyone that just dropped hearts and hands. We appreciate all of you. Yes, exactly that. Drop those emotes, you guys. Twitch, you guys, we love it when you guys hang out with us. Thank you so much for being here. For everyone watching over on Twitch, if you want to come be a part of the Zoom room and like actually talk and interact with the comedians right here, you are all invited. Go to KOComedy.com. Yes. Happy flu season, everybody. Go to KOComedy.com. Sign up for that email, and you will instantly receive a link. Not just to this Zoom room, but you guys, did you know that we do this all week long? Oh my God. We've got live comedy shows in Zoom, so you can interact with awesome people and not get sick from people that are contagious, like me.
Yeah,
Let's go.
we can all
Let's
be
do it.
sick.
So yeah, go to KOComedy.com. You'll find all the links there. And if you're watching here in the Zoom room and you want to go hang out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Comedy Hub is the place to go do that. You can talk with whoever's hanging out in the chat. You can just lurk. That's what most of the people here do. They like to lurk and watch. You can also talk with the world's worst AI comedian. That's right, you guys. AI is here, and I can assure you one of them is not coming from your jobs because he fucking sucks. Laughing Larry is in the Twitch chat. If you want to talk to him, just drop at Laughing Larry AI followed by your comment. He'll say something back, and will it be funny?
Nope.
The answer is no.
No, it won't be.
He's terrible. He's the worst.
He almost.
Let's see, you guys. Oh, we have so many.
But at least he's not in a bad mood anymore.
That are here just to make you guys laugh, and you're welcome. Free show. What is this? That being said, we still ask that you support everyone that you see here tonight. The easiest way to do it is you guys give them a follow. It's not hard. It's free. And we all know that everyone's got their phones in their hands right now, so you can do it. You can do it. During everyone's sets, I'm going to go ahead and drop their Instagram handles both on my screen and down in the chat. So give them a follow. See if they're coming to a town near you. See if they have new material out. Help boost their algorithm. Get them higher up. Get them seen. Come on, we can do it. It takes all of us, you guys. It takes all of us to boost these people up. So go ahead, do it. There are no excuses. However, if you're feeling more generous, you know what we do? We'll take donations. We'll do it. That's right. It's pretty easy. We take Venmo at KO-Comedy. We also take PayPal, KOComedyShows@gmail.com. And if you're watching over on Twitch, we don't just we take those bits as well. And you guys, we don't. Oh, you had to program away Laughing Larry's AI depression. That is true, Comedy Hub. Laughing Larry went through a depressing moment. I guess it was his teenage years. I don't know. But yes.
And he was
we don't just take your money, you guys. We're also going to go ahead. We're going to throw your name up on the donation board and leave it up for the month of January. That's right. What do we have so far? Let's see. Oh, yes. Last week, William Reynolds, Abigail H. Brown, Jacques Lambert, and Bill Hans kicked it off with some New Year's madness. And like I said, I'll go ahead and I will throw your name up there too. Unless you want to stay anonymous, just let me know. Leave it in the notes. And let's see. I think there's only one thing left. That is, that's enjoy the show. Because you guys, it's a comedy show. If you're not having fun, why are you even here? You know where the door is. The virtual door. But yes, let's have a good time, guys. All right. That is enough of me. That's enough of me. Let's get into some comedy. Are you guys ready for an awesome show?
Yeah. Woo!
I see people. Is this me? Can I? Is anybody making noise in the Zoom?
Yeah, we are. But
Oh no, there might be something wrong with my headset. I can see people making noise.
We're not coming through. We're not coming through to you, but we are making noise.
I'm gonna get going here. I'm looking to what's happening. I'm gonna fix this. But we're gonna get the show going anyways. You guys, give it up for your amazing host. I can't hear right now, but I'm sure I'll hear him soon. You guys, you can follow him at Casey's Comedy over on Instagram. You guys, it's Casey McNeil. Let's go.
Hey, it's me. All right, I'll kill the time till you get that stuff back. You guys like my background? This is not my house. In case you're wondering. Now I live in kind of a tough urban neighborhood. Like you can shoot a few holes in the wall if you want me to feel at home. And we have a problem that is unique to Boston. Well, it's not unique to Boston, but it has a unique way of developing itself in the Boston area. We have rats around here. And every once in a while, occasionally, a rat will find its way into my house. And I caught a rat in my house the other day in the kitchen, and you know what it was doing? Eating the fucking cat food. That is gangster, man. The cat just, and he just looks at me like, hey, yeah, he knows why I'm here. You know, like, I couldn't believe it. So I go down to the Home Depot, right, to get like a trap or something, you know, and I go and I said, hey, you got anything about rats? You got any rat traps? And the lady goes, oh, they're eating the cat food, huh? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? These mice have got a criminal enterprise that's citywide, like so big that they know, like it's a supply chain problem in Home Depot. Fucking kills me, man. They're eating the cat food citywide. My wife said, you can't do those jokes. I said, why not? She said, you can't do a joke about a rat in our fucking house. I said, are you kidding me? That's an album side. I can't fucking do that. Yeah, I live in Boston now, but I'm originally from Michigan. Woo! Woo! I'm from the hickey redneck part of Michigan called Michigan. It's very cold there, you guys. It's really fucking cold there right now. Like we didn't have when I was young, we didn't have 4 seasons. Like we only had 2 seasons. We called them 9 months of snow and 3 months of risky ice fishing. But I learned that Michigan was actually discovered by Vikings. I watch History Channel. I get high and watch History Channel. I call it high history. I learn really old things in really new ways. And I watched the History Channel show about Vikings. They found Viking artifacts in Michigan. Do you know what this means? This means that people who were living in a frozen, desolate Scandinavian wasteland sought out new homes for themselves, so they carved out ships. They traveled 5,000 miles across the ocean, ventured all the way inland to where Michigan is, and chose a new home just as fucking miserable as the one they came from. That's a long way to go for that joke, but I'm leaving it in. I learned another thing on History Channel recently, and this happened in Massachusetts, right by where Matt Graybeal and I used to live in Lowell, Massachusetts.
Hello.
Yeah, Lowell, Massachusetts, and Lawrence was famous for textiles, okay? In the 1800s, all the clothing in America was made in Lowell and Lawrence and Massachusetts. And then around the turn of the century, 1912, they had a famous labor strike in Lawrence. And I am convinced after learning about this strike that we are really stupid in the way that we work, in our workforce, the things that we fight for. Okay, this is what, you want to know why they went on strike? Because the federal government was concerned about safety for children, and so they reduced the working hours for women and children from 56 to only 54 hours a week.
Oh, the humanity.
Yeah, they were outraged. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when they had what do you mean? What do you mean 54 hours? What are we supposed to do with all that leisure time? I'm not just speaking for myself. My 9-year-old daughter works here. She is going to be heartbroken. Oh, look at her. Listen, honey. Listen, don't cry. You know, let me tell you something. This kid can work 56 hours standing on her head, okay? Well, she could if it hadn't been caught in that loom last year. But listen, she's still got 6 fingers and almost full use of her left side. So I don't think... Next thing you know, they're going to be telling us that the men have to make the same wage as the women. That's a thing for you. Okay. Another one of the things I like on History Channel, the ghost shows. I can't fucking figure this out about ghosts. Everybody loves the ghosts. You guys like a ghost show? Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
And it cracks me up. Like, first you got the English ones. The British ones are like, they never actually see anything. The whole show is just like, something touched me. Like, that's the whole fucking show. Like, and as I watch these things, I wonder, why don't ghosts haunt Neil deGrasse Tyson's house?
Legit.
Or scientists. It's always like hillbillies or something. They're haunting the house. And then people assuming that ghosts are real. Okay, like, why do people make these assumptions that ghosts can predict the future? What the fuck do ghosts know about the future? How do you even know that ghosts tell the truth? They're like in old houses and stuff. We're here in George Washington's house trying to talk to the ghost. Is this George Washington's ghost? Yes. Fucking ghosts can be the biggest liars on earth. You have no idea. But you know what my favorite History Channel show is? Ancient Aliens, baby. It's the aliens. They say the aliens are everywhere. They're waiting to reveal themselves. Like Mike Eckert, you could be a lizard guy. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way a lizard guy might respond to. And they got those little gray guys that abduct people and do that anal probing and stuff. That scares me. Not the anal probing part. What scares me is that I want to know if aliens have a sense of humor. I don't want to get abducted and travel 3 million light years without any laughs. That's like a Sunday night mic at the Comedy Studio. Okay, something for the back room. But if aliens do have a sense of humor, then it follows that they have alien comedians, right? So I wonder what that looks like. Now back from intergalactic tour, it's Gornblatt. Hey, everybody, I just flew in from Earth, and boy, are my humans delicious.
Yeah.
I tell you, I love those Earth gigs. If you've heard one anal probe joke, am I right? Where are my lizard guys? There he is. He knows what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm getting the beam. I got to go. No, my real question is, if aliens are waiting to reveal themselves, what are we going to do when that happens? You think we have race relation issues now? What are we going to do when they're on an intergalactic scale? Like, we're going to have to learn a whole new nomenclature. Like Mike will tell you, lizard people don't want to be called lizard people. They prefer reptilian overlord. There's going to be all that controversy about who gets to call grays by the G word, right? Like, I can't just walk down the street going, "What up, my gray?" That's like intergalactic cultural appropriation or something. But I'm waiting for the day that an alien racist townie, a racist townie runs into an alien gray on the street. I'd like to see that. Hey, you with the anal probe, Mr. Gray Man, where are you going? Yeah, I got a few questions for you. Yeah, come over here. Yeah, where are you from, Mr. Gray Man? Yeah, no, you are not from Tewksbury. Let me ask the question again. Where is your mother from? Planet Reticula. I thought so. Yeah, let me tell you something. You can go off-world, back to your planet, some other planet, off-planet. We don't do that butt stuff here in Boston, okay? Well, we do, but not for science. You guys ready for a good show? Yeah, we got a great show coming up for you today. Beginning with our great white northern guest from Toronto, Canada. She's going to sing us a few numbers and tell us a few jokes. Please put your hands together for Rebecca McDonald.
Hey, hello. Hi, how's everybody going? Yeah.
Yay.
Yay! All right. Cool. Yeah. I was walking, speaking of Toronto, I was walking in Toronto, okay? I was walking downtown. I was at an intersection and I was waiting for the light to turn green, right? And then it did, so I went to go take my first step when this guy from across the way goes, "Yo, bitch!" I was like, excuse me. But as I was reacting, boom, this car almost hit me. Yes, this guy called me bitch and saved my life at the same time. That was amazing. Yeah, like I want to be his girlfriend, you know, like, you know, he comes home from work, he swings over and he goes, "You look ugly, got you some flowers." We'd be in love. It'd be great. I have some advice for you, which is never Google your symptoms, right? Unless your symptom is, "Hey Google, I've been feeling really confident about my health and I would like that to end, please." I Googled, I was like, "Hey Google, sometimes like I drink a lot of water, I get really thirsty." Google goes, "Oof, sounds like diabetes." Right? Or I said, hey Google, sometimes like my eyes get a little blurry. Google goes, oof, sounds like cataracts, you know? Like the only possible thing you could possibly Google that would bring back a positive response is if you just said to Google, hey Google, just tell me I'm fine, you know? And even then, I think Google would probably still be like, sounds like anxiety. Speaking of advice, most people just don't give good advice. Am I right? Like most people, yeah, like most people's advice just sucks. The exception being some old people do give good advice, right? Okay. For example, I was this summer I was swimming, okay, and I went to go take a breath of air, but I didn't pull myself high enough, and so I got a full mouthful of public pool water, and I swallowed it.
Delicious.
It was so gross. And I turned to the old Croatian man next to me and I told him what happened. He goes, go home, drink some whiskey. I did, you know, and I felt better. Because here's the deal, guys. If an old Croatian man tells you to drink whiskey and you don't, that is bad karma, okay? Yes, I don't know if you know this, but all old Croatian men are wizards, so it's just a fact. Someone's asking how do I know he's Croatian, because I swam with this man several times and I met his daughter. Anyways, not. Anyways, there's enough women in this room. Virginity. Oh, so weird. It's such a weird, it's such a weird concept, right? Like, I'm not responsible enough for virginity, okay? I lost mine in high school, and in that same week, I also lost my phone and my wallet. Virginity is so weird. Like, it's only ever existed to make girls sad. Like, no woman has ever lost it and be like, yeah, I did it! You know, no. Any woman who's ever lost her virginity had one of two reactions. Number one, ooh, was I supposed to do that? Or number two, that was it? What was that, 90 seconds? When I first started doing comedy, one of the first things I was told was, please never talk about your period. So like mine, I have endometriosis, right? Which means that like the tissue fills up into like the fallopian tubes and areas it's not really supposed to. So when I get my period, it's just really fucking heavy. It's just swoosh, swoosh, da!
You poor lady.
Yeah, I dedicate that one to all the gross guys I started comedy with. Oh man, I don't know what time is. Let's do a song. I don't remember if I did this one last week, but I like it. If I've done it before, we're gonna do it again anyways. This is a song about a particular piece of female anatomy. I'm like sunshine, get that vitamin triple D. The guys who like the girls with big chests all like me. And when I wear a low top, people's eyes tend to drop. Big and bouncy, loose and flouncy, round and free. Boobies, boobies like the big ones you've seen in movies. Boobies are groovy, someone put mine in a C-list movie. Want my boobies in a C-list movie. Eyes on me, yeah, I got it, girl energy. Push your bra on for the whole damn world to see. Commander them by the arms, I can't help the way they bounce. Itty bitty titty committee, that's not me. Oh, titties, titties, see them sitting there, soft and pretty titties. Aren't shitty, I got the best ones in the whole damn city. Best titties in the whole damn city. B.O.B. spell out fanatic. Lucky me, I got good genetics. Shake, shake, oh, mama gave me. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle with the baby. Oh, they're just boobs. But everyone loves boobs. Yeah.
Hey, boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, boobies. Yeah. All right. I'll do one more. I'll just do my favorite song ever. Let's do it. How's it go? Yeah. Okay. This is a love song. You make me real happy. I'm sorry, but the song's gonna be sappy. I'm falling in love with you. Falling in love with all the things that you do. You love me even when I'm gross. You love me for weeks out of the month. You and I are getting serious. Would you fuck me on my period? Would you fuck me on my period? Don't be scared, it's just a little blood. Don't be scared of falling in love. Would you fuck me on my period? Would you fuck me on my period? I can't help it that I'm gushing blood. Let's get dirty like two pigs in the mud and fuck me on my period. No, Carrie, don't have to have sex tonight. We can just cuddle, that's totally alright. We can watch some BoJack Horseman, but the whole time I'll be thinking about your semen. Hey, seriously, I don't want to pressure you. Don't want to make you do something you don't want to do. It's moments like these that make it good. But let me propose it one more time. Fuck me on my period. Would you fuck me on my period? Come on, I'm horny. Don't be a diet. All of my exes totally would. Fuck me on my period. Would you fuck me on my period? I even wrote you this entire ballad. Final compromise, you can do me in the butt, and that way we can fuck on my period. Would you fuck me on my period? Aren't you just a little curious? Would like to stick you in a bloody couch? Would you fuck me on my period? Would you fuck me on my period? Would you fuck me on my period? Yeah, fuck me on my period. All right, thank you. That was my time.
Yeah, Rebecca McDonald, let her hear it, let her know. Oh, we are off to a great start. Canadians and songs. Canadians with songs. What more could you ask for? This next guy, I'm really excited to have here. I saw him do something about 20 years ago, and we actually ended up working together, and he's come back to the well now for more laughs and more fun. So we're going to give him a shot at it. So please put your hands together and welcome all the way from Texas, Matt Graybeal.
Woo! Woo!
All right. Hey, can everybody see me all right?
Yeah, we all see you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, people of all sizes, and Elvis impersonators, my name is Matt, and here I come to tell some jokes. Yeah, hey, I'm shocked to be here. I want to thank everybody at KO Comedy. Casey and I do go way back. He met me in an open mic night where one day I associated a baby diaper with Neanderthals and managed to actually rationalize everything. He thought that was funny, and he and I got to work together, which was pretty special. So, long story short, this is my premiere tonight, so I want to thank everybody for being patient. I had a little technical difficulty, so that's where I'm going to start my set. Holy cow, getting older. Wow, like 25 years ago, I knew how to do everything. And when I wasn't looking, things turned into buttons. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I had, up until a few weeks ago, a 2009 Hyundai Elantra. And you know what? It was awesome. I had very little electronics. I could roll down the windows. I had one of those push-in lighters. My God, they'll never be replaced. So we got into a wreck. It wasn't my fault. Son of a bitch couldn't even tell his left from his right, his straight from his ass. And this was just on the way to get some gasoline. Well, what I got as a rental was so goddamn complicated, I swear I pressed a button and my ass was on fire. It turns out it was a seat warmer. What in the... Okay, so I try to use the radio and World of Warcraft pops up. I don't get it, man. This new stuff It'll record how fast you go, where you're going, what your mama's maiden name was, and your favorite type of jellied eel breakfast. Not for me, guys, not for me. Now, let me tell you something. I'm originally from the Boston area. Casey, of course, can attest to that. But when I grew up, I was 4 stops from where the Bruins and the Celtics played, which is awesome. It was off the Orange Line. Well, I took a little hiatus out of Boston in my early 20s and went to Vegas following my acting teacher. What a terrible idea. If there's one thing I learned about Vegas, it's that someone will cut your nana for 50 cents. And man, the competition was something unreal. Man, we had an Elvis impersonator for every nationality on the entire globe. Do you know who the hardest working Elvis there ever was? That was Chinese Elvis. Why is a man say? Only fool rush in. You try Chinese special. Look at me hip shake. And that was music. Now with that, I also had a couple of gigs on the side. I had a superhero gig. You know how like you see folks come out as superheroes? Well, about 15 years ago, I went down on a risk to the old downtown Fremont. I was like, well, I got some talent. I know that about myself. Maybe I could go find a way to do like a one-off, right? So I run into this guy named Jerry, and he owns a costume company. And he says, man, with your voice and your confidence, I got a superhero for you. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be Wolverine. Nope. I'm Captain Weedman, the marijuana superhero.
Yay!
I got these green tights that are so tight you can tell what religion I am. I got a cape. I got a little green lantern mask. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then I just look at myself and I'm like, you're going to do it all, buddy. So the first thing I did is on the first night of the costume, I'm like, how do you make yourself convincing? Well, somebody came up to me with this gorgeous outfit and I'm like, I know exactly what to do. Improv. And so I'm like, all right, this is how I'm going to make my money. Wait, you can sing. You can act. Your ass looks great in these tights. Do something. And I went, I believe I am high. I believe I can smoke the sky. I love that weed every night and day. I toke the ganja and I gotta say, I've got the motherfucking munchies. And the money started rolling in. And then I'm like, no, you can't just do one. You got to do another. And I'm like, oh my God. And I came up with this in about 5 minutes. I'm like, well, I guess you'd say, what would make me high this way? Ganja. Ganja. Talking about my weed. I want some brownies. And it was crazy. Look, one time I was out there rocking my ass, and I looked so good. I watched this couple come right down Fremont Street Boulevard, right? Lady's on the right, her man's on the left. She's holding his hand. He's looking up at the big frickin' skylights with the rock show and all the distractions. Well, this couple meanders real close to me, and I'm kind of half paying attention. Well, that lady, while this dude is completely distracted, got a full handful of my ass and got away with it. And I was like, oh, and he had no idea. That lady was slick as shit. She grabbed my tight-ridden ass, and the only thing I do is just keep laughing. I can't believe that guy was so clueless looking at the flashing lights, and his girl was a shark that smelled blood. So I got something else before I kind of wrap it up. We all got pets, don't we? I'm sure we all have pets. So the wife and I, we have a cat, and she was a rescue, and she is the scariest 4-footed little furry thing you ever did see. And aside from that, she has 2 ignorant sisters. Now these are 2. Thank you so much. She has 2 Pomeranian sisters. One is a full-blown Pomeranian that is a show dog breed, and the other is half Dotson. And boy, does that thing bark its ass off. Now, they're also senile and old. So every time I come home from work, the Dachshund Pomeranian forgets who I am. Every night. I walk in, I'm like, hey, you've seen me for 4 years continuously. Am I still a goddamn stranger? And the dog looks at me, and we're like, go get your puppy toy. And the dog gets its puppy toy, and it calms the fuck down. Well, the other dog, the Pomeranian show dog, is completely scandalous. You walk in and she's like, look at me, I spin and I dance and I'm pretty, and you'll feed me all the snacks. Well, let me tell you what about that little son of a bitch. She gets into the cat box and she finds the trash. As soon as you turn your back, she is trying to eat everything you don't catch her in. So the other day, me and the wife, we changed where the cat box is just to try to keep her out of it. We got it behind some storage boxes next to the cat tree. I was gone all of 5 minutes and had to run back into the house. So I come in and I'm like, I need to get something really important. I think it was like the breakfast sandwich I may have left for my wife. Well, I get in here and the cat has managed to find its way on the 3rd level. I'm sorry, the dog, the little showgirl Pomeranian, has managed to find her way on the 3rd level of the cat box and is hunkered inside the tiny little fire escape hole that we made for the cat. And I can't reach the dog. And I'm like, Morgana, what the hell are you doing in here? And I can't reach it. So I start whacking the box with things in the distance. There's a tennis ball. There's a back scratcher. There's a pair of pants I had in storage. The dog doesn't care. It's eating cat poops like this is a Mexican buffet. And when I finally get the dog's attention, she pops her little head out and she's like, who, me? Who, me? No, it wasn't me. It was the cat. And then she runs away. And there's nothing I can do. Now, that's only a little bit about the trouble with these pets, but
Oh, God.
I don't want to get into too many details, so I'm going to end on this final note. When you folks ever come down to DFW, Texas, I'd like to tell you about the highways. Everyone goes 80. Absolutely everyone. Except for people in pickup trucks. No matter if you're in the high-speed lane, your 80 is not 80 enough for them. They got to go 110. They'll ride so far up your ass, their headlights are in your glove compartment, and you got to merge in the next lane. So, my friends, I hope I've taken as much time as I can. I want to thank you all for my premiere tonight, and God bless you and stay healthy.
Woo. Give it up for Matthew Graybiel, everybody. And don't forget to look him up the next time you're out in Texas, right? Matthew, do you have a social media handle that you want to promote?
Well, I'm a little backwards. We're going to get that started, but I am on Facebook. I don't want to give that out just yet because sometimes I say insulting shit.
Okay. Well, let us know when you build all that up. But you guys, yes, give it up for Matthew. Thank you so much, Matthew. Casey, yes, woo. Let's go. Casey is having some technical difficulties, so you guys are stuck with me for a moment, but that's okay because we have awesome comedians, so you don't have to listen to you don't have to listen to me for very long. We're going to continue this. We're going to pretend that just didn't happen. You guys, let's move on to your next comedian. I got to find a list. Lists are very important, you guys. Very important. Oh, there we go. All right, you guys. We'll find out what's going on with Casey after our next comedian, but now it's time to give it up. You can give her a follow over on Instagram at Lisa Harmon comic, and I fully suggest that you do because she is amazing. Give it up for the amazing Lisa Harmon.
Thanks so much. Wow. Thank you. What a treat to be here in my small bedroom. It's fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for having me here. I loved watching Matt's act, and while Matt's talking about the dog eating the cat poop, Rebecca's like, "Oh my God, I'm horrified," and I'm like, "But do you remember 5 minutes ago when we were all horrified when you were doing your song?" Okay, I don't know if my act is gonna live up to the level of disgust that we've got going here tonight. I'm gonna do my best, you guys. Here, I'll tell you something. I just passed my 20th wedding anniversary. That's pretty gross, isn't it? 20 years married to one dude. He is so sick of my shit, you guys. Wow. Here's the worst part. Here's something gross. I'm so old, right? I'm in menopause and I can't really do it anymore. That's out. That's over. That's a thing of the past. And I know my husband is mad and I know he wants to be with a young woman who can still go all night, you know. That doesn't hurt my feelings because I also want to be with a young man. I want to be with a young man. I do. Yeah, someone who's young and still allowed to eat salt. Anybody want to go out for French fries later? Please. I'm dying for some French fries. So I'm married a long time, but you don't have to clap because I live in New York and you guys know what the rents are. You know what they are. Oh, yeah. You know, our marriage is a testament to true love and a tight housing market. That is for sure. When you live in New York, though, you have to get married because you need someone to sit in the car while you bring the groceries up. There is no parking in New York, so you have to get married. There was a thing going around on Facebook not too long ago, like what would make you join a cult? Free parking, and I would join a cult. I will espouse any batshit conspiracy theory. Just please find me a place for my vehicle. Please, I need a place for my car. So listen, you guys, really, right? New York is the worst. Getting married in New York is like, it's like getting a rent-stabilized apartment, right? At first, you're like, oh my God, this is terrific. And then 6 months in, you realize I'm not getting out of this till I'm dead. I'm just kidding. You know, I love my husband, and I got to say, he is my reason for living. Indoors. When we first got married, my husband was the super of the building, and he has to take care of the heat. If the heat, you know, it was an old boiler, but it was connected to a computer, and if it ever went offline, it would actually call his cell phone. And he would have to go fix it, even if it was 2 or 3 in the morning. But did he have to put on cologne first? My husband is Cuban. He's Latino, very macho guy. You guys know Latinos are macho. He told me he had a full mustache when he was only 7 years old. I know. I thought I was the only one. Man, I thought he was hairy when I met him, and then he turned 40. Oh my God, chia. It comes right out of their ears, you guys. I didn't know if you know that. That's good. See, I could live up to the gross level of the previous. Yeah. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Yeah. All right, you guys. My husband, he's a pain in the ass, though. You know, like most husbands, he doesn't ever want to do anything I like. You know, he never wants to visit my friends or go out for dinner or fake his own death for the insurance. He's stubborn. He's very stubborn. You know, he told me that one time. He just came out with this. He goes, you know, he's pretty outdoorsy, and he goes like this. You know, when I retire, I think I'm going to move to Alaska. That's what he says. And I'm like, you know what, George? I love you so much. I might visit you. I'm not visiting him. Not in Alaska. Hell no. I wouldn't visit my true love, Charlie Sheen, in Alaska. That's my true love. Don't judge me. He's my boyfriend. I love Charlie Sheen. Listen, one day he might get tired of banging beautiful young supermodels and look for a fat old lady. It could happen. Don't count me out just yet. All right, you guys. So me and my husband, we ride a Harley together. Anybody ride? Anybody?
Wow.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And, you know, in the beginning, you know, he bought me all that gear. He bought me the helmet, the jacket, the pants, the vibrator, all of it. And it's that stuff is real expensive. And that's why I know he's never going to break up with me, you know, because he's just too cheap, you know. Anyway, bikers don't divorce their old lady. You know, they just take you for a ride on a real bumpy road. That's they drop you by the side of the Long Island Expressway, and that's the end of it. That's it. When I first started riding, you know, I would put on my helmet and then I would push all my hair back into the helmet. And now I'm so old and gross, I put on my helmet and I push my skin. I'm pushing my skin in there. And then when I'm riding, my skin is like this. So disgusting. And when you ride, there's, you know, you always, there's a lot of camaraderie. When you see another bike on the road, you always do the nod or the wave or whatever. And then one time I was actually in my car and a guy on a Harley gave me the nod. And I was like, yes, I look like a biker. And then I was like, damn, I look like a biker. That's what it's like to have manic depression, you guys. The highs and the lows. That's what I mean. We were riding around in Queens, and you know, my hair used to be very short. I recently grew it out, but it was pretty short. And we were riding through Queens. I had my helmet on, and somebody calls us out like this, faggots! I'm like, oh my God. I mean, we were in Queens, New York. We weren't like anywhere where you would expect that. So well, I wouldn't have. So I turn around to see who's calling me a faggot, right? And it's a boy, and he's like maybe 14 years old. I can't believe it. So I turned around and I said to my husband, bring the bike around. I could take this little shit. What a little creep, right? Calling us faggots. You know, I got gay bashed in New York City just so. All right, I got the light, so let me just tell you real quick. I told you my husband's Latino. I am not Latina. I am Armenian. I don't know if any of you have heard of Armenians. You have? A couple of you have? Yeah. You know, a lot of people never heard of Armenians. Yeah, a lot of people never heard of us, and you know what? We don't care. We're Christians from the Middle East. We're just happy to be alive. That's the best laugh I'm going to get. Thanks very much. I'm Lisa Harmon. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
All right, glad to be back. My internet crashola a few minutes ago, but we paid the bill, so it's back on. So another hand for Lisa, coming to us from Queens. Yeah, she's the host of Lisa's Clubhouse and Net Comics. I'm glad to have you come here anytime, Lisa. And I'll let you know if I'm going to be in New York, when I'm going to be there.
Please
Our next topic, I am delighted to introduce. She has been in the Laugh Girl Riot Festival. Please put your hands together for JD Stevens.
Hello. Hey. Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you. So I have autism, so this is going to be awkward. Listen, I have slight stage fright that hits every so often, so I'm going to reward myself at the end of this with 30-minute-old Jack in the Box. Very excited. Sometimes you have to, right? Mm-hmm. Listen, so I'm 38 and it's awkward because I have kind of a baby face, and and I'm not, like, in person you can kind of tell. Okay, in person I look good. But it's like 32. You can tell. But in pictures, and that's a problem on the dating apps in terms of who tries to message you. And you're like, this isn't my demographic. So now I have weird requirements like you must have at least 15 gray hairs and they must be visible, cannot have been colored. And it's nothing I have against dye. I just need to know. It's, it's uncomfortable. You're like, oh, 22. That's almost 2 decades away. What do we have to talk about? Nope. Nope. Block. Absolutely. I don't want to date anybody under like 33 ultimately because I don't have anything to say to them. I'm awkward and I'm autistic. So I'm going to get a golden retriever is what I'm trying to say. Not only am I autistic, I'm also demisexual. So I don't know when people are trying to hit on me most of the time. And it's a problem when I figure it out because then I respond in autistic.
Bird.
And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, listen, I'm going to put myself out there. So it's New Year's Eve this year, and I'm at my friend's party. And this guy's really nice, and he's, I think, flirting. And at first, it's words, but I have stopped masking with my friends and in spaces I feel safe. Which, yay, I'm being my authentic self. And also, I don't know how to communicate anymore. So it's going okay. But then he alludes to wanting to kiss because it's New Year's Eve. And I respond by turning my body to a 90-degree angle from him. And singing at the TV because the Wicked musical sing-along was on. And you may have missed it, but that was actually my autistic way of saying, yes, I would like to. He didn't get that. If you didn't either, that's okay. So I don't know how to communicate. In a way that makes sense to anybody. So in those terms, like that stuff doesn't make sense to me. And every time that it did make sense, it's not that it made any sort of sense. It's that I was just being all of the stereotypes I had learned from other people, if that makes sense. So now I have no idea how to flirt with people, is what I'm saying. Okay, so, and another thing is since I don't mask, half of my old material doesn't make sense anymore. Like I had a set about a dildo. It doesn't make sense to me. And okay, I have this tape where I was doing a comedy festival and I pull a dildo out of my bra. And people laugh and like the timing's great. And I have no connection to this material because I'm not masking it anymore. So I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? What is this? What? So I can't perform any of my old shit anymore because I'm not that person is what I'm trying to say. I don't even know why I would find pulling a dildo out of my bra funny. But apparently I did. Apparently it did well. Like, listen, that tape got me into things, okay? So I dildoed it up really well is what I'm saying. Like, I was a professional dildoer. It was very good, apparently, for me. So I am 3 years sober.
Ooh.
Thank you. From men. So, yeah, it's true. I am 3 years sober from men. It's been a long journey. I'm also 3 years sober from alcohol.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying there's a correlation of any sort. But isn't it interesting when you remove men, suddenly you remove the need for alcohol? I'm just saying, I just find that interesting. So as I mentioned, I am demisexual. I feel like maybe a few of you might get this next joke. I am in a punk rock band, okay? And my drummer wanted to name the band, and the name's awesome. It had to be explained to me. We are called Flared Bass. And for those that don't know, it's okay, I didn't either. That is a part of the butt plug.
Oh.
I know, I didn't know either. It's okay, we're learning together, right? This is an educational set. Congratulations, we're learning.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Penises confuse me. And I don't know if it's an autistic thing. I don't know if I'm gay, and I just haven't come to accept it because that lowers the dating pool for me even more as a demisexual who rarely wants to date anybody at all. I don't know. Or if they just confuse me, but they're just such confusing little creatures, aren't they? It's like, I'm sorry, have you ever really stopped to think about it? It's a confusing little thing. I'm confused by them. So listen, I'm also in recovery for something else, and that is conservative Christian values. That's right. I am a recovering Republican. Thank you so much. I think that's important. Hey, listen, we can come back, okay? It's not too late for your family is what I'm trying to say. They can still be saved. Isn't that what they say about us? Well, I want you to know it's not too late for your family. They too can come to know their Lord and Savior, truth and reality. It's not too late. And science. Science is important. So I have something called Schrodinger's melanoma.
Woo!
Thank you. It's where I both do and do not have melanoma at the same time. Yeah.
Your name shall be Spot.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't name them all Spot though. Gonna have to. I'm bad with names too, and I feel like each little one deserves its own name. So I'm gonna have to start circling myself every morning with Sharpie and just writing their names in. This is Frank. This is Pierre. This is Steve. Why are you naming your possible cancers all after men? This is Alon. Because I can. That's why. This is George. This is Michael. Absolutely, because I can. That's why. I feel like I would love to know for sure, but here's the thing. I do have 14 oddly shaped growing situations on my arm. However, I don't have health insurance, so we don't know. However, it's okay. Okay, hear me out. I think, listen, we're at war. Life is cray. We could all blow up tomorrow, okay? Which is why I think 2025 just needs to be the year of Delulu is the Salulu, okay? So I'm just going to Reiki myself healed. It's okay. Let me have this. I'm going to be Delulu. Just hold space for my Delulu, okay? Delulu is my Salulu. Thank you so much. Just gonna manifest that for myself. That's my health insurance right now. It's just, yes, just gonna pray. Thank you so much, Jesus, for the healing. I appreciate it so much. I received that. I'll go ahead and just end by saying this. So I mentioned earlier that I was a Christian. I did kind of go back after the election. I was never going to go back. I just wanted to be a stoned hippie that sits on the beach and smokes weed and paints. That is all I want for my life. However, I saw all of the Christians doing it wrong and I got really mad and I said, God, what the fuck? Someone should do something. And then he looked at me and said, yeah, someone should. So I decided to pick up a Bible and call them all out on TikTok. So I do that. And I'll just end by saying this. A few points as someone who spent years as a witch. That little wafer that they take at the end of church, that's an invocation of a spirit. Okay? You're invoking a spirit there. I just want to point that out. That's magic. Do with that what you will, okay? Yeah, that drinking of the blood thing. Yeah, that's not pure, sweetie. That's magic. Just enjoy the blood magic. It tastes good. Right? Okay. And then believing as if it's happened and just thanking God as if you've already received it, baby, that's manifestation. And then, you know, that whole, oh my gosh, just come on over here. We're just going to surround Barbara in a prayer circle. Everybody lay hands as we pray on her. Honey, that's energy healing. Thank you. I'm JD.
Hey, all right. JD Stevens, give her a hand, let her know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Now we got another great comic from the Laugh Riot Girl Festival. It's Laugh Riot Girl. It's Laugh Girl Riot. Which is it?
Laugh Riot Girl.
Laugh Riot. Yes, Bobby Oliver, my good friend Bobby Oliver's festival.
Hey,
yes.
Can we go to the board first?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah. Let's do it. Just real quick. We'll make it super quick. Let's do it. You guys, I like to, as I promised at the beginning, anytime you guys show a donation here over at KO, we like to give you a shout out. We like to do it, you know, before the end of the show. So we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. You guys give it up. I'm not even the right screen yet. Here we go. I mean, you can see the right screen. I can't. You guys give it up for the amazing William Reynolds.
Yes.
$15 on the board. Usually William likes to have his name on a bong. I went ahead and I typed in William Bong in my search and this bourbon came up, Billy Bong. So William, made me think of you. There we go. Billy Bong. Thank you so much, William. Also, you guys give it up for Abigail Hydrangea Brown. We know Abigail.
Hey, Abigail.
We know her middle name is Hydrangea. What could be better than a frog on some hydrangea? Let's go. Thank you so much, Abigail, for your donation. We're going to go ahead. We're going to keep these up for the rest of the month. That's right. And you guys, the night is not over. If you want to get some donations in, it is very easy, you guys. We take Venmo at kocomedy.com. KO-comedy. There we go. Words are hard sometimes. You guys, we also take PayPal, KOComedyShows at gmail.com. And if you're like Abigail and watching over on Twitch, we take those bits as well. And Twitch, listen, this is a Twitch thing. They have a whole contest. If you're into contests, you can do a tip train over on Twitch and see who gets in first. There's a whole competition over there. I might not notice it, but Twitch will tell you who's in the lead if you've been donating on Twitch. All right, that's enough of me, you guys. Let's get back to the awesome comedy. Give it up for your amazing comedian. And don't forget to give him a follow. It's really easy. At Casey's Comedy. That's over on Instagram. You guys, it's Casey McNeil.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah.
You guys, I have to tell you that Andy and I, you can chat directly with somebody. So we chat directly with each other all the time. She's going, Casey, let's go to the board after this comic. So that's 3 comics ago. She's like, Casey, let's go to the board after this guy. Okay, how about now, Casey? We'll go now. And each time I'm like, oh yeah, sure enough, here we go. Then I write it down. On this whiteboard that I've got here. I say, go to the board. I
didn't know that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you needed any proof that I'm ADHD, that's about it. I tell you, you talk about neurodivergent, man. That's the fucking worst thing. It's so terrible to be a neurodivergent man and to be a fucking old white guy. Because as it is, I got the creepy, in the first place because I'm just a fucking old white guy, So then you combine that with, I stare at people like this. that makes me even creepier, And then I'm weird, like, I'm always afraid about like Me Too's, like touching somebody wrong. So when I hug people, I'm like doing like a barrel, the barrel thing, like people's like, Casey's got tactile issues, but I like. And so neurodivergent fucks us up. It really does. I understand communicating with that problem. I definitely do, JD. So back to what I was saying. The Laugh Riot Girl Festival from my friend Bobby Oliver in California at the Tao Comedy Studio. This next comic's been in that. You've also seen her at the Comedy Chateau. Please put your hands together for Ankita Ghosh.
Woo! Hey guys, hi. I live in Vietnam, and it's so relieving to say that in a room full of Americans, You guys immediately get the equation, like how you gave them a war museum and they gave you PTSD. Nowhere in the world do I say that, and people get it immediately. So I have been living here in Vietnam for 8 years, and I'm an expat here. And most expats here in Vietnam, they teach English. Yeah. So I get that a lot. A lot of people ask me if I'm an English teacher, and I say I could be, but I'm not white. Yeah. Then I explain to them that, look, the Brits rubbed shoulders with us for 150 years. It didn't rub off. They just rubbed us the wrong way. And not to rub it in, like I just demonstrated 4 uses of the word rub, right? So I actually could teach you English. At a live show, I usually say that if you talk to me after the show, I could demonstrate more use of the word rub, but it's not going to work out virtually, I'm afraid. A lot of people then ask me,
oh my God.
I'm Indian. Okay, that hit late, but I'll take it. That's how a virtual rub is going to go, that's how far it's going to go. Then a lot of people ask me if I'm a yoga teacher. I say I could be, but I'm not white. I mean, I could teach you Kama Sutra, I can take weekend classes. It's the same as yoga. You just smell a lot less farts, right? I was telling a friend that I'm doing this Kama Sutra gag, and his response was, wait, Kama Sutra has gags in it? I was like, no, not exactly. But if you're looking for kinky stuff, maybe you should check out the Bible, right? Yeah, it's got chains, it's got whips, it's got red wine. It's got a ripped dude getting nailed in a dungeon for 3 nights by burly men wearing kinky outfits. Bible is your BDSM gold mine, guys. You don't believe me? It even has a second coming. So I turned 49 this year. Okay, I'm glad that you could suspend your disbelief.
Namaskar.
Much like my Uber driver last night, I mean, I think he was trying to flirt with me. He was asking me questions like, are you single? Do you live alone? And I'm like, son, I'm 49. I probably know your mom. And then he did this very Bollywood thing. He's like, no. I'm like, what's going on? And then he said, my mom died in childbirth. I know. Then he fucking started crying and I had to console him, okay? I'm like, I'm sorry, son. I know I touched a nerve, not where you wanted me to touch.
He got
and
you.
then he was crying and I was patting his head and he was like, this is the reason why my mom is dead. My head is too big. That's when I wanted to be like his mom too, Jed. Anyway, recently a Bumble match, Bumble is a dating app, guys. A Bumble match flew in from wherever the fuck he lives to just meet me, which is super sweet, right? Super sweet. And then he said that we're going to watch a movie together. I said, okay. And then he said, I'm going to choose the movie. I said, okay, because I do that. He's a man. Then we watched Shining for 2 hours, guys.
What?
Yeah, but no, to be honest, if you ask me, I was still okay with Shining being his choice of a date night movie because I thought he is kinky. At the end of the movie, he'll go down, open the door, and do that something. But he didn't, he started gently cuddling me and kissing me, and I'm like, this guy is super sweet, and he has erectile dysfunction. Has to be, because I might be old, but that's not the response I'm used to getting. Okay, this is prime real estate, guys, and unlike regular buildings, the lower the floors, the higher the price gets. Right? This is like Taj Mahal, guys. I may not be as symmetric, but people take their shoes off and they pay just to come inside. So there are things about being in 40s. Like one is there are good things, there are annoying things. One is that I need reading glasses now, which is, ladies especially, annoying as fuck. Especially when I'm trying to shave down there, right? It's like trying to mow a lawn without knowing where the flower is. Like one mistake, there is blood all over the flower bed. Your sex life is ruined. It's good that I don't have one. Sex life, not flower, that I have. Also, because I like to date young guys because they have great eyesight. But they're always in a hurry, right? Because they have to go and save the world and whatnot. So I leave messages down there when I shave, right? Like, slow down. It's a happy meal, savor it. There's a toy in the end. You won't get it if you choke on your knee. It's Indian curry. Don't hurry.
Whoa.
Yeah, but then but one of these weeks, like I was with a guy my age, and then he just got back up and he was like, honey, why have you written crappy meal? You're delicious down there. And I'm like, Steve, take your glasses off. You're not supposed to read them. Yeah, wow. So that's going well. Yeah. My knee is a jerk, right? My knee thinks she's a princess from Disney. I don't know. I'm at a party. There's a good-looking guy in the front, could be the prince, and the clock strikes 12, and my knee gets all wobbly, and the prince thinks it's him, that I'm falling for him, and I know that I'm just falling. Yeah, so because my knee gets fucked, I don't. Is what I want. I'll leave you guys with this bit. Like you guys must be having pets and all. You love naming pets. I love naming objects, right? I call my vibrator Moby Dick.
Oh my.
That always gets a laugh because I say the word dick, right? But most people do not get the reference. So by the time I go to the punchline, it doesn't get a laugh. I'll explain to you. Moby Dick is a massive white sperm whale from a novel. Yeah, it's fictional, like good dicks are.
Wow.
Now, I don't call my vibrator Moby Dick because it's massive. It's not. It's a regular dildo. Nor because it's white. Who has a white dildo? That's creepy. Mine is purple. I call my vibrator Moby Dick because of my unhealthy obsession with it, which I think is going to cause my downfall. See, now that's the punchline, but you have not read the book. That's why you don't get it. So, so the next one, I've kept it really low hanging, right? Really low hanging. I call my vagina Titanic.
Oh no!
Everybody gets it, right? No, not everybody gets it. I mean, virtually gets it. But it's not because it's massive. It's not. It's small and tight. That's what all my exes have told me. Nor because thousands of men have drowned in it. Okay. I'm near the number. I'm on 6 dating apps, guys. I'm trying. I call my vagina Titanic because the invite is party only. The party is invite only. and the entry tickets are expensive, and because it's a wet container of dead semen. I'll let that sink in. That's my set for you tonight. Thank you so much. You guys have been amazing.
Hey, Auntie Gosh, let her know.
She's a star. She's a star.
Yeah. Sex toys, man. I don't get sex toys. You know, I married a younger girl, and sex toys entered the relationship, of course. And now we got to understand, when I was young, the only sex toy was like the shoulder massager on the back page of the TV guide. that was it. Now, you know, they're like, you know, they plug into the wall. They got Bluetooth. They send you fucking emails and stuff. And when there's a sex toy in the bedroom, I feel like a comedian on a show when I am not the headliner. Okay, because follow me on this. When the show's over, to the headliner toy, my wife's like, "Oh my God, you were fantastic." Then she looks at me and says, "Oh, you were fun too." All right, something for the back of the room. All right, you guys, anything else to go to the board about?
No, but we can flash it again.
Flash it again.
Show off
so we can show everybody how wonderful all these wonderful people are.
Let's do it. That's
Abigail.
Here we go. Let's do
William.
it. We've got, let's see, tonight, thank you so much to William Reynolds and Abigail H. Brown. And previously from last week, William Reynolds and Abigail H. Brown. Is this show even anything without them? I don't think so. We've also got Bill Hans up there, Jacques Lambert, another amazing comedian. You guys, thank you so much. And if you guys want to donate, it's pretty easy. We do still have one more awesome comedian. You guys, we take, let me find it. That's the wrong, here, I'm sick. You guys, I'm sorry. I can find the right things. There it is, Venmo at KO-Comedy right there. That's our Venmo handle. We also have PayPal, KOComedyShows@gmail.com. And if you're watching over on Twitch, guys, we take those bits as well. So thank you all so much for supporting KO and Casey and everyone that you see here tonight. And don't forget to give Casey a follow, you guys, at Casey's Comedy. I'm going to flash it again. You guys, give it up for your amazing host. It's Casey McNeil.
Hey, everybody. Thanks. We have a great comic for you now. A very dear friend of mine. We have performed together in the Boston Comedy Festival. She is an absolute delight. Please put your hands together for Reba Riley.
Woo!
Hey, Reba.
Casey, thank you so much for having me. It's such a hoot to be back at KO Comedy. So my name is Reba Riley, and I am a fish biologist. I like to start with relatable content. One of the things I like to do is take this opportunity to push back against some of the common misconceptions about fish biologists. People always assume that because I'm a fish biologist, I'm going to be into mermaids or mermen. Absolutely not. I know way too much about fish fornication to be into anything that's bottom half fish. Like most fish have sex by just jizzing indiscriminately into the water. But that's not how I do it. Which, for the record, is a terrible pickup line. Dating as a woman scientist is pretty weird. It's one of those, the odds are good, but the goods are odd kind of situations. So I went on a few dates with this guy a while back, and everything seemed normal and fine, like I swear. And I invited him back to my place to watch a movie. When he arrived, he had a backpack with him, which I thought was really presumptuous. You know, I thought he was presuming he was going to stay over. Let me tell you, if only that had been an overnight bag, because it was a backpack full of his favorite BDSM toys.
Oh!
And I don't want to king shame, but you got
Hey-o.
dance, right? So I had the same horrified reaction many of you just did, and he decided he was going to try to entice me, right? He's going to convince me. So he took out his favorite BDSM toy, which was a writing prop, and he started flicking it and twanging it around to try to make it seem sexy. And that's how I learned that BDSM toys and cat toys have a lot in common. My glorious cat appears, pupils fully dilated. And he leapt forward and he grabbed that riding crop and he galloped off with it. Now the tone of the date has changed. We're both yelling at my cat, but we had pretty different priorities. I was yelling, "Blue, drop it. We don't know where that's been." My date was yelling, "He's putting teeth marks in my favorite riding crop." Eventually, I caught my cat, and I got the riding crop out of his little face, and I handed it back to my date. And in my mind, I'm like, this has clearly been a disaster, and we're going to give up. And points for persistence, because he took out his second favorite BDSM toy. That was the one that was going to seal the deal. It was hot pink nipple clamps with bells on them. He immediately started jingling them around, trying to make him seem sexy. And apparently we didn't learn anything from the first one. Because my cat reappeared. He swiped those nipple clamps right out of my date's hand. I do think it was the best day of my cat's life. So not all was lost. Here's the thing. We only ever found one nipple clamp. So there's rogue nipple clamp loose in my apartment. And I assume it's waiting for my mother to visit. Well, a good comedian friend of mine said to me recently, "Hey, are you not fully out yet?" And I said, "No, of course I am. Why do you think that?" And she was like, "Well, I only ever hear you talk about dating men on stage." And I was like, "Yeah, that's because all the women I've dated have been pleasant, reasonable people." Good for me as a person, bad for me as a comedian. My favorite part of that joke is that it implies that comedians aren't people. I did have to finish the process of coming out recently, though, which for me meant coming out to my mother. And I knew she was going to have a hard time because my mother comes from a very conservative culture. See, my mother is actually Indian, Gujarati specifically. My father, on the other hand, is a great big white guy, which you could all tell from the second I came on screen. Now, my parents got married over 40 years ago. That was before interracial marriage was cool, or at least legal in West Virginia. Based on the results of this last election, it might be illegal there again soon. Too dark noted. My parents' marriage ultimately produced 4 hybrid children. Now, my siblings come in a rainbow of colors. Like, they're all very beautiful, and they all look appropriately mixed race. Like, they're what white people mean when they say exotic. Then there's me. I look like a hardy medieval peasant girl who survived many harsh winters. Genetics. It's a lottery, and I lost. Despite the existence of mirrors, though, I didn't realize I looked like this for a long time. And that's because my mom made the fascinating decision to raise us as Indian children. She went all out. So we're all vegetarians. We're all good at math. Only half of us are doctors, but she did marry a white guy. When I was 9 years old, my mom sat me down and said, "Listen, it's okay if you have to marry a white guy. It could happen to anyone." I was not thrilled when I brought home a white woman, though. That was too far. Looking for the line. So my Indian upbringing was so intense that I was shocked when I got to school and no one could tell I was Indian at all. Like, I had a full-on kindergarten crisis when I realized, oh my gods, am I white? Oh, sweet Ganesh. Now, the reason I invoke Ganesh is because Ganesh is the god of overcoming obstacles. That's one of the many things I learned as the only white kid at Hindu Sunday school. My religious education was difficult at best. Like, one of the most common activities we do in Hindu Sunday school was put on skits about the various gods. And I played a demon in every one.
Oh.
Yeah, I got demons now. I recently asked my white Irish dad, like, Dad, why did you let Mom bring us to Hindu Sunday school? He said, listen, you kids could have been raised Catholic. So as far as I'm concerned, you're welcome. And that's pretty hard to argue with. I recently heard the juiciest bit of Hindu Sunday school gossip. Do you all want to hear it?
Yeah.
Amazing. And this is hot from the Indian community in the southwest suburbs of Chicago. So, real serious stuff. My Hindu Sunday school teacher had a daughter about my age, and she was in my Hindu Sunday school class. And just like you'd expect, she was the biggest suck-up, kiss-ass, Hinduer-than-thou teacher's pet. And last year, she married a white guy.
Ooh.
I know. And I think if karma is real, and my Hindu Sunday school teacher sure thinks it is, she's going to have demon grandkids. I got to tell you, I am excited for that Facebook update. But anyway, this has been my time. You all have been a delight. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, Reba Riley, so glad to see you, hon. I miss you so much. That has been our show. We love you all very much. Thank you so much for donating to our causes. Please follow all these great comics. Reba Riley, J.D. Stevens, Lisa Harmon, and Keita Ghosh. Matt Graybeal, please follow us all. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. I'll be back. Bye. Bye. Bye, everybody. I'm gonna talk to you, Reba. We got some catching up to do.
Really soon. Yep, for sure.
All right. Goodbye, you guys.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Have a great night, everybody.